Hey, welcome Star Wars Force Arena players to this brand new video. Today we're going to take some General Grievous for a run in 2v2. 2v2 is back in the game, hooray, hooray, hooray. And here we've got a good deck taking full advantage of Cyborg General, which is his passive special ability, which increases the hit points for things like this light tank, because it's a tech unit, and all tech units, which include all the droids, apart from the card in the end, the Umbran Warriors there, the gunship, and obviously the Darkness Grenade. With that gunship, you want to make sure when you do use it that you get maximum value. It costs 4 energy, so you want to make sure that when you use it, you want to get at least 4 energy back, if not more, in an ideal situation. So that way you can wipe out all the swarms of rebel troopers. And in this particular deck, our main push will come from our unique, because they'll melt a turret if they're left unattended, and also with the light tank. Now, together, the IG guards should take a turret down to just well over half health gone. Probably just under a quarter health perhaps left, but we'll put that to the test later in the game. So one thing in 2v2 you will experience when you play the game is that you get players who go AFK, and that is a real pain in the backside, as you'll see in this video. So what I tend to do personally is, depends on the guild missions now, because there's variety in the guild missions. Like this week we have to kill units. I kind of carried on battling and then just killed the units, but normally if it's a turret, I'll just get a turret and then I'll stand in the corner and get the game out of the way. The quicker I get the game out of the way, the quicker I move on to the next game and move on. And you don't really want to get defeat because of the way you've got a strike system now, but you don't lose nothing unless you obviously placed 100 crystals on the game, then that's a bit different. But it's you don't lose much. You just get back into the game, start playing again, and get some more cards as quickly as possible. So in goes a gunship, maximising my value there. I've got all those guards in there, grenaders in there, pathfinders in there, Anakin's in there as well, and Ahsoka was there too. So I've done a lot of damage to those guys before I do die. And as you'll see on the left side lane, we've already got a turret down, but top right, my guards have done a ton of damage to that turret. As you'll see, it's almost gone. But we're not going to win this game. It's impossible to play a game when you've got 3 versus 1, which is what this game is, because you've got your partner who's AFK, and you've got to deal with the armies of these guys. Because bearing in mind, he's not deploying any troopers. None. Nothing. So you really have to just cover both sides, which is hard to do when you've got double the energy cost coming against you. So top left's gone, put a light tank in there just to counter, and what I'll just do now, just kill everything I can see, anything nearby, and then go in the corner and say thank you very much, and I hope Jabba the Hutt does a striptease for you, my friend. And it's really ugly to watch, let me tell you. That's what you get for going AFK in one of my games. So Sabine's dancing around, just waiting to get the final push. I'm just going to put stuff top left to see if we can get some damage and surprise them on that middle turret. Highly unlikely because, again, I haven't got the energy cost with the cards to do that, as Ahsoka dies with an Anakin rush suicide mission again. But eventually they'll weigh you down and a turret will go, giving them a 2-1 lead. And that's going to be GG, game over. I'll just get some value. More troopers from this airstrike. In goes a droid gunship. Thank you very much. Not much in there, but the unique's in there too. Should have held off slightly just to get those pathfinders, perhaps. But with 40 seconds to go, very, very painful game. And I can't wait to the next one. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Are you happy that 2v2's back? It would be really interesting to hear your thoughts and what you think about the changes to 2v2, new leaders in the game, how do you think they play? There's a lot of people running around playing Anakin right now. Anakin is pretty OP, but a stun grenade, nerve gas, will soon end his suicide rushes. Okay, that was not a great game. Moving on to the next one, we are with Grand Moff Tarkin against Baze and Han Solo. Now, both of these two rebel characters are really strong. Han's got his proximity bombs that'll dot all over the map, and also on a turret, and it will do damage to a turret. And Baze has got a real huge burst damage from his special ability and can melt leaders and units in a surrounding area, and before you know it, you're on the back foot. So you have to be a bit more cautious. But the beautiful thing about this is, being General Grievous, you haven't got to worry about Chewbacca's taunt. None of your cards really have, because they're all tech units apart from the Umbra guards. the taunt won't affect him because their battle droids don't actually have a brain, as you all know. So they're trying to do a push down the middle lane, and what I'll do is I'll just throw some droids in there just to stop them. Chewie gets a bit confused. Han drops dead. In there is a Grenader throwing down his grenades, but as you'll see, Swift Work is made of all of that units. And I'm going to make a push on this right side now. The chance has come. I'll drop my battle droids ahead of the light tank, which meant the turret would lock onto the battle droids first, allowing the light tank to do as much damage as possible as I support that attack, and I do die. In go my guards behind, just to keep the Wookiee away from the tank, and as you'll see, that turret does indeed fall. Meanwhile, top left, you got Grand Moff Tarkin with a TX-225. I was like, whoa, really? Come on. With a TX-225 tank, it's not a bad card. It's not brilliant. I'd rather use Thin Air, to be honest with you. But if you're going to use that card in 2v2, the best place would be down the middle lane. That way it can defend both sides without having to go all the way around, come all the way back, to go all the way around, come all the way back, as it does. And it will do that if you drop it on the lane. And it really is frustrating when it does that, because it will absorb, take all that damage, and by the time it gets around the corner, boom, it's gone. Meanwhile, back to the battle, got Han trying to make another push to drop his proximity bomb, but I will drop my light tank there to take on his Grenader, and by doing that, to allow my battle droids to shoot the Grenader dead. And down on my lane, I've got a Bantha. General Grievous is trying to make some work of this, and I do kill it eventually. Meanwhile, throwing down my Doctor's Grenade onto his Royal Guards. That way, then they just get killed. Don't ever let the Royal Guard near a turret. They will just demolish it in a blink. As I step on one of Han's proximity bombs, and I do die. But the Rebels aren't getting much luck down that lane, and they haven't really changed up their tactics, which is good for us because we're just defending. Tarkin's doing a good job on life support, defending that lane. I'll throw in my air strike there, wiping Han down and a few troopers to boot. Bizarrely, the Grenader survives it. Light tank top left, Bazer's in retreat because he's got no energy hardly, and no health. As he drops down Chirrut, and I'll throw down my Doctor's Grenade to melt the pair of them down. Taking on Han, using my special ability, look at the damage it does, but I will die, which is fine. Load of troopers behind me, popping away at Han. Han's dead again. Baze is trying to recreate his moment on Scarif. Isn't going to work that way. And Tarkin is defending his lane, again with a TX-225. Probably the most bizarre thing I've seen is Tarkin with a TX-225. Tarkin's more of a support player, and with his special ability, by dropping things like Doctor's Grenade, Nerve Gas, Stun Grenade, support cards, it generates 1 energy, 50% chance thereof. So they're the kind of cards you want to be using. And have something, maybe an ATST Walker or something that will actually attack a turret quicker than that. But it's GG. And as you'll see, they only had one card. He only had one card in his deck that made use of his special ability. Not good, but you know, better in mind for 2v2 next time. And moving into our final battle, Master Yoda and Master Luke against another lightsaber wielding pair of Darth, aka Dyson, and General Grievous. Let's jump into this battle here and see how we do. Now, Darth Vader, or aka Darth Dyson as I call him, is pretty strong still, despite being nerfed a couple of times now. He is still pretty strong and tough, and can suck in so much and kill so much in one foul strike. But Luke surprised me here with a mortar. Well, I wasn't sure if it came from Yoda or from Luke, but either way, it surprised me. I'm thinking, why would you have a mortar in here? So Luke's plan clearly was to push down the middle with a mortar deck to support his special attacks, and maybe throw in Ben as I take care of that gunk droid. The good thing about having a deck like Grievous's deck, again, all droids, so Ben Kenobi cannot convert anything here apart from these guys. That's the one. So there's 2 mortars now. One's going to die. They haven't got barrier repair in it, so it is literally going to be a slow I think Luke wants to make a slow push up the middle lane, but what I'm going to need to do first is take care of these turrets and mortars. There we go. Drop down the light tank. So now I can make a push in this right side lane. Luke and Yoda are occupied top left. I'll make a swift attack now. The door is open. Use my special ability to get in there. Yoda deploys his special ability, and the rocks do hurt, and I do die. But taking this turret down to half health, not bad for a first attack. Now Darth Vader, on the other hand, is going walkabout, picking up health packs. There's a gunk droid coming up the lane. You want to stop these gunk droids because they do hurt. And then bizarrely what he does, he drags it towards closer to the turret, leaving his left side unoccupied. I was like, really? There's a rocket trooper in there, Yoda's in there, and that's how it goes. This is not a play you want to do in a game. You know, there's no need for him to do that. I had that lane under control against a gunk droid and some Twi'lek rebels, and what he'd done was lost a turret. In comes Mace, which surprised me, but Yoda does die. All I care about now is this turret. I'll throw down some battle droids just to try and hold Mace off, because Vader is paying no attention to the map right now, you can tell. He's just pushing that right side, and Mace being deployed, and he just completely ignored it. But that left lane goes, giving us a 2-1 win as we now are in double energy. Double energy allows us to drop units a bit quicker as our energy regenerates, and because of our set bonus, our energy will regenerate a little bit faster too, so we can deploy more cars on the battlefield. So Yoda's going to make one last push for the middle turret. I'll just throw in my gunship, keep him away, take care of his clone troopers, take care of Yoda, and this is going to be a GG, 25 seconds to go. We're pushing really hard on their middle turret. And indeed, Yoda kills Vader, and their middle turret does indeed go down too, giving us a 3-1 win. Comfortable victory in the end, as I ping the map and try and get Vader's attention to take out this gunk droid. But even if a gunk droid made it, it doesn't matter, because there's 5 seconds to go. Old Ben's coming for a chat, and it's going to be game over, GG. So let me know in the comments below, guys, what you think about General Grievous. Have you used him yet in 2v2? And let me know what your thoughts are if you have, and if you haven't, are you gonna? Do you want to play Grievous? He's a pretty strong leader, has some good variety. Let me know below in the comments. But thanks so much for watching as usual. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't subscribe. There's a button somewhere down there to subscribe. And I hope to see you guys in the next Star Wars Force Arena video. May the Force be with you.